Listen, I have my priorities. Welcome everybody. I just went to a retro game convention. This is the same retro game convention I got the Samba de Amigo maracas as I covered in another video. Great thing I got there. But I just went to it very recently, and man, I got some stuff, let me tell you. So I kind of just want to go over all the stuff I got. Maybe I'll do more of these types of videos. We'll see how it goes, but I want to show you everything I got at this convention because I got some pretty nifty stuff, I will say. So the first thing I bought was Pikmin 2 on Wii. So Pikmin 2 on Wii. So in my Pikmin video, I said how it's kind of hard to download like Wii games for USB Loader GX, which is a software for the Wii that allows you to very legally play Wii games. I did use that to get Pikmin 1 and 2 on that. I was able to find files, the correct files for it. And so I was able to play that, and wow, Pikmin 2 on Wii and 1 and 2, like the difference the Wiimote pointer makes is like insane. But I wanted to actually own at least one of them. I'll get Pikmin 1 on Wii eventually as well, and Pikmin 2 on GameCube, and Pikmin 1 on GameCube, whatever. But yeah, I got Pikmin 2 on Wii, and I'm pretty happy I bought this. It didn't come with the manual, so I'm kind of not super stoked about that, but the disc is in great condition. There's the disc right there. The weird thing about Pikmin 2 on Wii, at least in North America, not even at least, just in North America, it only ever got a Nintendo Selects release in North America. That is the weirdest thing. So when it first hit store shelves, it was a Nintendo Selects release. What a weird thing. So it's kind of cool to own kind of a weird oddity like that, even though this isn't like super rare. But this version of the game was really expensive at one point until, you know, they announced the remakes or remasters, not remakes, remasters on Switch, and then all the Pikmin games on all the systems just went down in value, which was really cool to see. Love it when that happens. That's why these companies, they gotta port these games to newer platforms. So, you know, us goofballs who want to own the original versions can get them for relatively, you know, decent prices. All right, so I completely forgot the order I bought these games in, but let's look at one of the big kind of games I was looking for when I was at this convention, Shinobi 3. For the life of me, I could not find a loose cart of this game. I don't know why. I kept seeing Eternal Champions on Genesis. They had like 1 million copies of that there. I was going insane. Like, I could not find a copy of Shinobi 3. I don't think I even saw any like really like notably like great Genesis games loose, except for like the super common stuff, like say, you know, like Sonic 2, like that's a good game. Like everyone knows that that's a good game. But yeah, not a lot of good loose Genesis stuff. And I like getting loose Genesis stuff just because it's cheaper. I just get in the case and all, it can be pretty pricey. But this one, I was able to haggle it for 60 bucks. You know, okay deal, but it didn't come with the manual. And I found another vendor that had the manual for like, had a copy of it with the manual for like 70. So I'm like, honestly, could have gotten a better deal there, but whatever. I finally got Shinobi 3 here. And yeah, just with Shinobi, so there's Revenge of Shinobi on the Genesis, which I got a couple months ago, and that might be one of my favorite Genesis games. Maybe, I don't know if I'd go that far, but it is just one that I do love to play every now and then, because that game's actually really fun. Probably like one of the best early Genesis games. I really like that one. So I really wanted to play Shinobi 3 because it looked very, how do I put it? Like next level. Shinobi, Revenge of Shinobi on Genesis is very like dingy, kind of just like it's an old Genesis game, very early Genesis game vibe, but I kind of like that about it. But this one's very next level. And so this is the only game that I got, like games that I've never played. I technically did play this a little bit before on my Genesis Mini, but this is my first time really like trying to sit down and play it. And yeah, it's good. But I don't know if I like it more than Revenge of Shinobi. I think Revenge of Shinobi is just more, I think the level design is a lot more like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's more like, it's more manual in like, Shinobi, Revenge of Shinobi, where I think like, Shinobi 3, it's just like, I don't think the level design and like gameplay design is as interesting as Revenge of Shinobi. Revenge of Shinobi is hard, but like, it feels fun to like figure out how to get past these enemies and like, and very like strategically, that's a word to describe it. It's very strategic, and I really like that about Revenge of Shinobi. I think that's what makes it super fun. Still a really hard game, but Shinobi 3, it's not as strategic, and I'm kind of disappointed about that. But hey, it's still a good game, and maybe I'll learn to love it at some point. But you know, a little disappointed, but it's still good. It's not a bad game. And here we have another game here. Contra Hard Corps, got this for 50 bucks. Not the best condition copy I could have got this game, but I've been trying to get a copy of this game for a while now. I haven't been like actively seeking, but I've been wanting to play this game for a bit, and I was just like, fine. This is like the only copy I could find that was loose. And the complete copies of this game are like $100 plus, so I'm not doing that. But I have not really dabbled in the Contra series that much. I've played them here and there on like the Super Nintendo Mini. I played like Super C on the NES Mini. I don't know why they didn't just release the original Contra on the NES Mini, because like that's like the way more popular Contra game. But I just wanted to try Hard Corps because you know, love the Genesis. It looks like a pretty good game. It's Konami on the Genesis, and just Konami in the 16-bit era, just they're pumping out like their best stuff during that era. But yeah, I wanted to check it out. I did play it slightly before, like I said. Yeah, looks like a good game. I got a Japanese copy of Super Smash Brothers 64. Smash 64. You know, not a lot of people talk about Smash 64 that much. The reason I got a Japanese copy of Smash 64, so I do not own a physical copy of Smash 4. Smash 4. What? Smash 64. We're not talking about the Wii U game, which that's not what it's called. It's called Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS. But I never owned a physical copy of Smash 64. And this one was $10. So I was just like, what am I gonna do? Just like not pick it up? Like come on. Now Smash 64, like a North American copy, it's not that expensive. But I was just like, you know what? I'm getting a discount by getting the Japanese version. I mean, you don't need to know Japanese to play this. It's a lot of it's in English with a lot of these games. Not a lot of them, but just more like these like kind of fun, just like simple games like this. You don't need to know Japanese. And again, like a lot of the menus are like in the English. Yeah, it's just cool to finally own a physical copy of every Smash game and able to play all of them on their original hardware. So yeah, I own Melee. I kind of need to get a better condition copy of that, but whatever, I still have it. You know, Brawl, Smash 4, and of course Smash Ultimate. I mean, who doesn't own that game? Back with another Genesis game. This is not the last Genesis game I got, but this is Castlevania Bloodlines. So Castlevania, the only game I've really truly dabbled in is Castlevania on the NES. Yeah, that's a great NES game. I really like that game. Hey, got Castlevania Bloodlines. I've been wanting to get this game for a decent amount of time. Got this for 60 bucks, and whew. But yeah, I just want to try this out because again, you know, Sega Genesis, one of my favorite systems. You know, and as a Castlevania game, I really like Castlevania on the NES, the original. And I wanted to try this out because it looks really, really good, honestly. I was also trying to find Castlevania 4 on Super Famicom. This guy really just said Super Famicom on accident instead of Super Nintendo. What a dork. You know, I'm lots of Castlevania and Contra, just Konami stuff this convention, but I don't know, just kind of happened. So yeah, got this. I'm looking forward to playing this one. So yeah, Castlevania Bloodlines. So I said I couldn't find Castlevania 4, but I did find a Contra 3, The Alien Wars. Wow, I'm getting like the most like basic ass like retro games at this convention. Listen. Okay, so yeah, Contra 3. I've actually played this game a tiny bit on the SNES Mini. Yeah, it's Contra 3. I mean, I don't really know what you want me to say. I mean, it's one of like the most popular Super Nintendo games. Yeah, Contra 3, The Alien Wars. Moving on. Got another Japanese N64 game. This is a Goemon game. I don't know which Goemon game this is, but it was $5. You'd be an idiot not to pass that up. I know there's some Goemon games that came out in North America. There's that one on Super Nintendo. I've never played a Goemon game, just for the record, but there's that one on Super Famicom. It was pretty big in Japan, I heard. I think there's one on like PlayStation and I think 2 on N64. And they're kind of pricey for the North American ones. They're not too bad. But yeah, I was like $5. Why not? I'm very interested to see how this game is gonna play out because like I don't know how like text heavy it is. This might be a hard one to play, but I want to get it because it's $5. I really want to try out these Goemon games because like look at this guy. That guy looks like a cool guy. That looks like a guy you want to be around. I don't even know if that focused, but that's a guy you want to be around. And then I got another game that I've already played. This is Gunstar Heroes for the Sega Genesis. This is now the copy of Gunstar Heroes that I own. This is actually the Mega Drive version. I should have specified, so I can't even play this. But it was like $40, and I was just like, sure, why not? I've seen this game, Gunstar Heroes, the Mega Drive version, go for like $80 loose before. It's gone down significantly. That's you know, pretty interesting. But yeah, that's just super weird why it just went down like crazy. So we'll see. Maybe this will become super valuable again. But the North American version of Gunstar Heroes is pretty pricey too. I've considered getting that one, but I've always passed it up at every opportunity. I kind of wish I haven't, but you know, whatever. I'm not in a rush to play Gunstar Heroes again because that's one of those games that I've played too many times and I'm just like, okay, I don't know if I want to play that one again, but it's still a great game. You know, Treasure, come on, it's Treasure, dude. Like, Treasure is one of my favorite developers of all time. One of the most underrated developers of all time. They made some of the best games. I just shake the table, I don't know. They've made some of the best games of all time. They don't really do stuff anymore. It freaking sucks. Come on, Treasure, do something. So hopefully I'll find a way to play this on my North American Genesis. Because it'd be cool to play it on an actual Genesis. Maybe I'll like it even more on the Genesis, you know what I mean? So yeah, pretty cool stuff here. All right, so this is where I get into the weirdo territory. We're gonna start off pretty tame. I bought another 3DS. So here's my original 3DS. This is the Mario version. This is the new Super Mario Brothers 2 bundle version. Apparently this one's kind of hard to find now, but yeah, this one has been pretty beaten. Not too bad. It's still okay condition, but you know, of course it could be better. But it's a handheld, so that just kind of what happens. You know, they get kind of tattered. But and I was also younger at the time, like a lot younger. I was still a kid, and yeah, so. I didn't necessarily treat it the best, but I still think I treated my consoles, maybe an exception for the Wii, and I don't know if I treated that super well, but, and what I mean by that, not treating it well, sometimes it would, we'd keep it vertically, but we would never use the stand for some reason until I found it in the box, and I'm like, why aren't we using this? And it would just like fall over on its side while I was like running. I'm like, oh my God, like, jeez. Yeah, man, 3DS I kind of had a weird relationship with. I didn't have many games for it. I don't know what was going on. I'd mostly just play DS games and New Super Mario Brothers 2. Like, what was going on? Like, I have like 60 hours in that game. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, I've been using my 3DS a lot more recently. In 2019, which that's not really recent, but I got WarioWare Gold, and that, oh my god, that game is so good. I played that game so many times. When me and my family went to San Francisco, during that trip, I was playing WarioWare Gold like there was no tomorrow. I was playing it at every opportunity I could get. You know, of course, I was still appreciating, you know, San Francisco, but when we were in the car, dude, I was rocking with WarioWare. But yeah, I modded this around a year ago, and that was one of the best decisions I ever made when it comes to console modding, because, dude, I finally got to play Rhythm Heaven. Oh my god, I love Rhythm Heaven. I finally got to play those games. But yeah, I got Mega Mix. That was my first Rhythm Heaven game, and I got whatever. I got to play Rhythm Heaven and Kid Icarus Uprising. Oh my god, that is one of my favorite games ever. That game is so good. I do want to play more 3DS stuff, but the stuff I've played I really liked. But yeah, so I bought the original model of 3DS, no stylus, but whew, I got this thing for a steal. I got this for a sleek $75. Oh my god, and it's a pretty decent condition. It's a little scratched at the top, but I'm happy with how it looks. It looks very nice. Yeah, I'm very happy about this purchase. I'll probably mod it at some point. And even just an internal mod for capture card support, because there's like a 3DS capture card place that you can get your 3DS modded for capture cards. It's a website, it's not like an actual place, but you know, maybe for this channel, I can get this bad boy modded, and I can you know, capture 3DS stuff, and so I can cover 3DS stuff a lot more easily, because you know, just recording off the screen is kind of weird. Like, you know, I want to make a video about Rhythm Heaven and Kid Icarus Uprising, and I can't really do that with you know, just, you know, shooting it you know, on the screen with like a camera. It's just gonna be kind of bad. It's gonna be a lot harder than just recording it off an actual unit. But maybe I'll just have to deal with it. But yeah, I do want to make a video about those games. But you know, I will say, you know, this thing is freaking beautiful. I love the purple 3DS. I also really want the red 3DS. I'm thinking I kind of want to start collecting some of these handhelds, because they're really neat. They're really cool, and you know, it's cool to own, you know, the original 3DS. It's pretty comfortable too. I like it's kind of cute. It's just like, it's a little tiny, and like it's just cute, you know. But I do kind of prefer the XL. It's just bigger, and it's just more, I don't know. It's just, the XL is more comfortable, but this is still super cool. I love how the original 3DS looks, super sleek, very premium feeling. Where this one's kind of feels kind of cheap. This one's very good. All right, what the hell, man? All right, so I bought a Sega Sports Dreamcast. Yeah, not my proudest moment, but it was like $90, and the guy was like, hey, we can do 80 on that. And I was like, sure. This is a very cool looking Dreamcast. It's not in the best shape. There's some scratches on the back, but yeah, it looks nice. I you know, I might use this for playing Dreamcast games. And my current Dreamcast is kind of giving me issues as well. I'm gonna install a GDMU in that at some point. I don't really want to install it in this, just because, you know, I don't know if it's even having any technical issues. But I know that my Dreamcast over there is, and so I'm definitely gonna install a GDMU on that, just so I can, like, you know, use it and not have issues. But you know, hopefully this one I can still play my old discs if for some reason I want to do that. I don't know. But yeah, it also came with the controller, and the controller actually goes for like $70. I looked, and that's basically how much I paid for the console. So I basically just paid for the controller and got a free Dreamcast, or vice versa. Not even vice versa, but yeah, it's not in the best condition. The thumbstick, you can't even see that on camera, but the texture's kind of worn off a little bit, which is really unfortunate, because I actually did, you know, want to get this controller at some point. But whatever, you know, maybe I'll clean it out and make it just kind of feel a little better, because it feels a little weird. The sticks kind of, I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I'll have to clean this out at some point, but it's cool. I really like how this looks. I think it's actually a pretty underrated Dreamcast look. I think it looks cool, but it's probably the most like common Dreamcast, like special variant, you know? Bro, what even is this? Okay, this right here is a pamphlet for the Game Boy Advance like car thingy. So back in the day, there was a thing that you could get for your car. I think they only sold these at car dealerships. And you could basically get a Game Boy Advance in your car. So you know, like the car DVD players? It's basically that, but with Game Boy Advance. And it was actually pretty cool. I've never seen one of these in person. I've never used one of these in person. They're pretty rare. So good luck trying to get your hands on one of them. But this is one of the pamphlets that they would give out at the car dealerships. I got this for $3, so you know, these are pretty rare, but if you do find them, they are pretty cheap. Yeah, this guy was just selling a bunch of old like Nintendo pamphlets and just kind of cool little weird stuff like that. And he said that he bought this at one of the car dealerships, and that's just super cool. They got this really weird looking Mario render there, playing the Game Boy Advance car. You have a picture of it. What is that Mario golf game? Jeez, that controller looks horrible. Look at that controller. It's not focusing. Maybe it is, I don't know, but that looks horrible. Yeah, so I kind of wish I had that as a youngin', but you know, it was probably, you know, before my time, which probably made people feel pretty old hearing that, you know. The Game Boy Advance was before my time. Yeah, I know. Sorry, it's just I can't control when I was brought into this world. So I bought this from the same vendor. This is a Nintendo 64 promotional fan. You got Mario 64 and Wave Race. It's actually I think the Shindo version of Mario 64. And they got freaking Wave Race 64 in there as well as the Nintendo 64 logo. And this Japanese girl playing Nintendo 64 with the Rumble Pack. There's a cool red controller there. This exists. Yeah, this is just something I own now. It was like $20 and I'm just like, sure. Yeah, that's all the stuff I got at this convention. And you know, hey, if you guys want me to make more of these pickup videos, you know, I'm not gonna be doing them like a lot, but you know, if I ever go to other conventions, you know, I'll make another pickups video, or just general pickups throughout maybe like 2 months or something. If you guys want me to see me make more of these, you know, hey, just like comment down below, tell me if you want more of these, and I'll definitely, you know, make more videos just showing kind of weird stuff in my collection. That's kind of, I've already kind of been doing that. Like I did it with the Sonic Adventure 2 birthday pack. So I've done it like that before. I love doing this kind of dumb stuff. It's not dumb. Come on, what are you talking about? But yeah, that's my collection. You know, don't buy stupid stuff like me. Actually, no, you should, because it's actually kind of fun to buy a pamphlet of a Game Boy Advance car accessory. Yeah, so like the video, please, and share it.